What's up, YouTube? Mr. Llama SC here, and today we're going to be discussing the Sing Barbarian, which is actually one of the strongest leveling, if not the strongest leveling Barbarian build, which is kind of surprising. You would think the big old tanky guy who's going to bust everything down, and nope, he's just going to yell at people to death, and that's the best way to get through the game. A really fun character, kind of off meta, not something a lot of people think about when they think about the Barbarian, but it is very fun. So I'm going to talk through the skills, the gear, the stats, all of that stuff here, and teach you how to become the ultimate singer, the Barbarian. Oh, look at that. Just thought of that. No, I didn't. Stats over on the left side right here, or on the right side, excuse me. You can see that he actually has really great starting stats. His life gain per character level and per vitality point is insanely good. So he's a very, very tanky character. And then with Battle Lords on top of it, he's just like super tanky. You can also see the breakpoints down in the bottom right. That FCR breakpoint is going to be a big one to focus on because we are going to be using that for when we're yelling at the monsters. So just take note of that. If you're confused by some breakpoints, I will have a video down below explaining frames, breakpoints, all of that. That'll be in the description. Now, jumping on over to the final skill build here, you can see we're maxing out really in this Warcry tree. We get these 1-point wonders, increased speed, natural resistance, and then I like to have a point in leap or leap attack just to leap around. It's pretty nice for the character. To get over rivers and things like that until you get Enigma. But our main focus and our main damage skill is going to be Warcry, which injures and stuns all nearby enemies. And you might think, oh, does it really do enough damage? But it actually does. It actually does some okay damage. We then will go Battle Cry, Taunt, and Howl. All of this is to boost the damage of Warcry. And then Battle Orders, of course, to get the big life and mana boost for ourselves. Additionally, we have Battle Command right here, just for the additional +1 skill right there. And if you have some extra points or want to use Find Item, you can use this for this character as well. So that is the final skill build right here. Now, how do I level this character and get to that point? Well, the first thing is, until level 30, you're not going to be able to use Warcry, right? So until level 30, you're not going to be a Sing Barb. You'll have to do something like getting your Mace Mastery and your Bash, and then at level 6, go into Double Swing, get some points there, keep upping your points to Mace Mastery, and then when you get to level 24, you can start putting points in Frenzy until, voila, you hit level 30. At this point, you can go ahead and respec. You can get a point in Leap if you'd want. I like to get a single point into Concentrate. This is extremely good for bosses because if you're fighting bosses with singing, it's not going to go very well. It's great for like finishing a boss off, but to start them, you're going to want that Crushing Blow from a weapon, and Concentrate is a great way to get that attack rating and make it uninterrupted so that you're constantly hitting over and over and over again. So 1 point into that, 1 point into whatever weapon mastery you're using. Let's say it's a sword, then you'll put that there. You can get a single point in increased speed, a single point in natural resistance, or a few points there if you'd like that you can respec out of later on. But then you get to the big meaty part, which is going to be 1 point Battle Command. You're going to start putting points into Warcry. So level 30, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? All of that stuff. Any of your extra points, you can put a few into Battle Orders for more life, or you can put more points into Battle Cry, which is also really good, especially when you get a lot of points into it. You can see minus 104% defense. So basically they will have no defense, and minus 52% of their damage as well whenever you get them with Battle Cry, and it lasts for 76.8 seconds. So cast this on a boss. The boss is going to do way less damage, and you're going to be able to crush them right there. But you will always want to be leveling up Warcry as fast as possible, and you can see the damage on it goes up and the stun length. So it has 551 to 569 damage right now with a stun length of 8.2 seconds, which is actually really nice. And then, of course, you'll max this out, and then you'll max this out, and then you'll max Howl out. And all of these are really nice. All of these skills are actually useful as well in the game. Taunt can be used on any of the monsters like souls or anything that's far away, and you just need to bring it closer to kill. Howl is great for scaring away monsters if you're in a dangerous area. Battlecry is great for lowering all of the defense and the damage of monsters. So you can use these three in conjunction and really have great crowd control, which is just one of the really big added benefits of this character. So it just makes it super nice. In terms of stats, I put just enough strength for my gear, just enough dexterity for my gear, everything else into vitality. But when I'm leveling up, I actually like to put some points into energy. I know it doesn't give a ton of value in terms of your mana, right? It's only 1 mana per. But by having more points in energy, it actually is going to increase the chance for mana potions to do what's called crit. So potions have a chance to do double, and double the speed, double the amount, right? And so a lot of people don't know that, but that's based on how much energy or vitality you have. And so by getting more points in energy, you increase the chance for the mana potions to crit, as well as get yourself a little bit of early mana right there. So that can be really nice. A lot of people don't know potions can crit. Kind of a fun little crazy, there's a billion things about this game to learn, right? So I like to start out with some points in energy and then eventually spec out of them, because eventually you have enough mana that you're going to be okay with it. But Warcry, you can see 46 mana per cast. It gets pricey. It's definitely expensive in the mana area for sure. Now, let's jump into gear right here. I think it just blew a lot of people's minds with that. Yeah, I got a million Diablo facts to blow your minds. Let's jump into gear. So for gear, I like to run Hodo. You could actually run dual Hodos if you'd like. I like to run a Hodo with a Spirit Shield, though, personally. I just like to have the resistance from this. I guess Hodo's going to give you resistance. I like to have the added mana, the vitality, the FCR there. The hit recovery. Once again, you get skills, FCR, replenish life. You get increased max mana, resistances. Like dual Hodos, totally fine on this character, and you get one more skill on it. So kind of up to you. Spirit, in my opinion, adds a couple extra things, like that hit recovery is really big. So that's one that I really like about it. And then some of that vitality and the actual flat mana is really nice, because you need a lot of flat mana. So I think it's a slight better boost, but like I say, dual Hodos also work. Enigma for teleporting around, also for the plus to skills, and then all the other stuff, of course, with things like strength and magic find and such. Shaco, of course, gets the skills, the life, the mana, massive mana. Once again, we really love plus to mana right now. It's very helpful. DRMF, Mara's gets you some skills and all, and resist and things. An FCR ring, and this kind of depends where you're at with your breakpoints. If you're trying to hit that 63 or that 105, you can look right there. So getting to those next breakpoints can be very helpful. If you're not going to get there, then you can just put on another SOJ, get you another plus skill, more mana, and then more maximum mana overall. So that's kind of a nice additional boost right there if you don't need it. So let me grab another SOJ. Got to go find them all. There they are. So that right there just is an additional mana boost for our character, which is really nice. Trang Owls is solid. You get the 20 FCR, but you also get 30 to cold res. And then I like Trex right here. The Strength Vita, hit recovery, fast run walk is kind of like a nice combination. But of course, you can put other boots on as well. Water walks work right here, and just kind of whatever you want. You could also get Alder's boots. We'll talk about all the kind of differences in the boots, right, as you go through. So this right here is kind of a standard build, and like I say, if you want to have the secondary Hodo, you can. And then on offhand, I just like to have +3 to war cries, just to get those boosts right there. If you're using the dual Hodos, you don't even need to use this because you already have the +3 to skills anyways. So it's just going to work out right there. Moving on, if you want to get into magic finding, here's some easy things to replace. You can swap this, you can swap this, you can put Nagel Ring on, and it will drop your mana though, so just kind of be aware that you'll lose mana with dropping those SOJs, but that's a very easy way to get some magic find added. Additionally, you can get yourself a bunch of magic find charms, and grand charm wise, I would definitely say you can get +2 Warcries. There we go. You can get Warcries GCs if you're going for damage. If you're going for Magic Find, you can, of course, just get Magic Find Small Charms and fill up on that. But the more +2 Warcries you can get on this character when you're trying to do damage, the better, because late game, the damage definitely isn't quite as strong. And so that hurts it a little bit for sure. And so the more that you can really get those +2 skills, the better it will be for this build. Going for budget stuff, there's honestly a lot of great budget items for this character. The best one that you're going to get now, especially in single player, since ladder runewords are coming to single player and non-ladder, is Spirit. It's just super cheap, super easy, and you get the +2 skills, the FCR, the mana, the vitality. I mean, 2 Spirit swords is just going to be so fantastic to start the game off. And somebody asked me, they were like, why not use a Spirit sword and a Spirit shield early on? And it's because a Spirit shield has to be made in a Monarch or an Aegis or any of the big, there's 3 of them, I forget the third one, but they're all big strength shields. And they're all not found until Hell anyways. They're going to be elite. So you're not going to be able to get this till Hell. Until then, just get Ward. Thank you. Until then, just get your crystal swords or long swords or broadswords, make spirits in them, and have a great time. Other than that, Spectral Shard would be really nice, +2 mana FCR. Suicide Branch is nice, plus skills and FCR, right? Getting that early stuff. But even something like this, 101 to mana, this is a great little starting setup right here. 20 FCR in one hand and 101 to mana in the other. Because you're going to burn out of mana very quickly. So being able to have that high mana pool is going to help you out a lot, right? Additionally, you could use even something like a Razor Switch. Yeah, it's kind of a little lower on the skills, but big old mana, big life, big resistances, and nice FCR. I mean, really not a bad staff at all. So there's a lot of good things for this character, honestly, to do some decent work. For armors, stealth is going to be fantastic for a lot of this game. You're going to get the faster run walk, the faster cast rate, and then the hit recovery. That's going to be super nice. Scolders, if you want to get some magic find a little bit later. Skin of the Viper Magi would be super good here. Q-Hagens gets you some added energy. We already talked about wanting more of that. And some mana per kill, which is super nice for this character. So once again, looking for more plus skills and FCR really on this guy. If you can't get SOJs, BK rings could also work. I don't know if I have one in here right now. Nope. Should have it over here. Yeah, a Bull Kathos ring is also nice. Plus skills and life right there. If you can't get that, honestly, just find some rings with like mana on them and stuff. I don't know if I have any of these with big mana, but let me look over here. There you go. That would be like a great ring. Plus 70 to mana. I would love that. So you can find just, you know, FCR rings with life and mana on them. Really a lot of good things to really kind of look out for with that. There's 30 life, 6 mana. So you can just kind of find stuff. You can pick and choose and look around at different things. But definitely getting big mana is going to be helpful for this character. So I would definitely look for that. And if not, FCR with, you know, some resistances and stuff can be decent. For amulets, Saracen's Chance can be nice. Seraph's Hymn gets +2 to all skills. Eye of Etlich is +1 skills. Telling of Beads is +2 skills. Mahimote gives you a little bit of attributes and resistances. I mean, there's a lot of decent amulets that you can find set or unique that are going to be not bad at all. I love Night Smoke here. 50% of damage taken goes to mana. That's going to be great for keeping your mana replenished, but when you're getting hit by monsters. So that can be helpful. Getting a String of Ears isn't terrible, or a Dungos. I mean, these aren't bad, just a big life belt. Any of that stuff can be good. But, you know, even like Nosferatu's Coil, mana per kill, you really want to get some nice mana per kill and nice mana again. Because like I say, you will run out of it. But don't neglect your life, your strength, your resistances, your hit recovery, all of the other things that you're going to need. Getting these sorts of belts would also be really good. Moving into shields, Ancient's Pledge is a fabulous shield to start out early on. It's just some big resistances. You also get a little bit of damage taken goes to mana, which is nice. So I really like that one. You could also go here for a Sanctuary. If you find a Mal rune, this will get you a lot more resistance, which can be good. If you want to be a little riskier, you could run like a Saigon's, or a Lidless would actually be pretty solid on this build, because once again, increase max mana, 10 energy, and 5 to mana per kill. That's pretty nice on top of the skills and the FCR, but you are losing res when you're doing that, so that's something you want to be careful with, is you don't want to be completely out of resistances and just in like a really difficult spot because, dang, I just burned out of all res, right? By trying to like overdo it. Helmets, something like this is honestly not terrible to have if you just need a little bit of extra mana per kill, or you could put like sapphires in a helmet. 3 sapphires in a helmet will just get you a big chunk of mana and over 100 mana, right? And that'd be really nice. If you once again need res, you can go here. I really love Lore Helm. This is going to be kind of like my best in slot while I'm leveling up if I'm solo self-found. Just getting the plus to skills, energy, light res, mana per kill. You can get this by doing Nightmare Countess. Otherwise, Sazabi's isn't bad. Peasant Crown isn't bad. Tarn Helm's okay for the plus skills in MF. There's really a lot of things that are not bad for this character. But, like I say, focus on skills, mana, FCR, and then kind of life and those things after that a little bit, unless you don't feel very survivable. Frostburns would be fantastic with a big increased max mana, 40%. Otherwise, you can just get some nice gloves with like plus to life on them, right? 40 to life right here is very solid. Yes, also, of course, for a helm, I mean, Ariats is always a solid helm no matter what build you're playing, so that one works. But IK Helm is +2 to Warcries and 2 open sockets. So this is one of the best in slot leveling up pieces that you can get for helmets, because you're going to get 2 to Warcries, which increases your Warcry and your battle orders and everything else you're using. But then it also gets you the 2 open slots, so you can put some runes in there for survivability or sapphires for mana, whatever it is that you're looking for. Going into boots, there's definitely a variety of boots. I really like boots for kind of survivability. You can get some nice life and faster run walk and resistances here. Big life right there. You know, a lot of like res, life, everything along those lines. Additionally, though, if we go, Silkweaves wouldn't be a terrible boot, as they give you 5 mana per kill and an increased max mana of 10%. So not even terrible at all, right? Not a terrible boot at all right there to find. Would definitely recommend it. So a lot of gear is actually geared for this character. It actually does really well, and I think you can be solid with it. Now, something that will help your character a ton is this, and that is an insight on your Mercenary. Having that meditation aura is going to be absolutely huge. It's going to give you a ton of mana back, so whenever you're casting, it's going to just help you from bottoming out constantly. Having your Mercenary alive with insight will be pretty crucial, I would say, to playing through and really being able to get through this game super easily and super well. Fortitude for the armor, of course, and Endariel's head. These are kind of the 2 standards. If you can't get those, Obedience is also decently cheap. Honor is also pretty cheap, so those can be nice just to get damage for your Mercenary, but I highly recommend Insight. Excuse me. This is guide 32 of 33. And it's only Raltier Child Soul, so it's really not too bad at all. Otherwise, Bone Hew, Tomb Reaver, all those, Reaper's Toll, you know, there's a lot of great weapons for the Mercenary that can be super nice. For the armors, Treachery can be really nice for the Mercenary. Shaft Stop can be nice. Smoke can be nice. Gladiator's Bane can be nice. I mean, there's a lot of great armors as well for the Mercenary, so pick one of those. You really want them to be survivable. And then lastly, we have the helms. Get lifesteal and life. This is kind of my favorite place to stack it, or on the weapon for that lifesteal. But you want to have lifesteal for your Mercenary. So Crown of Thieves is big life and lifesteal. Taurash's Mask is super cheap, and that's really great. Gaze gives you some lifesteal right there and damage reduction. So make him tanky and make him a big boy right there, and he'll be good. So with that being said, that kind of covers the character. You can see he's got very nice FCR frames there. And this is how he kills. This, and then he has his Mercenary as well, which remember is kind of a big piece of it. Now, note that once again, we have this long 8.8 stun length. So it makes this character extremely survivable on top of the damage, because you can literally run around, and then if if there's a group, whatever it is, you just stun the group, and then kill everything, and it's super fun. And like I say, this is the best way to get through the game. Surprisingly. This is the fastest way, and the reason is because it gives you that AoE, and it's always going to hit, and you get the stun as well, which is really nice. So if you do have a strong Mercenary, having that stun can do a lot for your character, or for your Mercenary, because then you just you tank and stun everything, and then he goes in and is going to clean it up and kill it all, right? So you guys kind of work together right there. So obviously the more plus to Warcries and things that you get, the more damage this is going to do. Right now we're doing 1564 to 1610. It does get a little bit better with all those Warcries GCs, but like I say, it's not the fastest killer in the game of all characters, and especially endgame. But it is an off-meta build that is fun and really unique and interesting, because once again, you are killing everything, singing at it. You're screaming at mobs. We also have about 6,000 life right now, once again without any charms really providing any life, so you can be a big old tanky boy as well. So anyways, that is the Singer Barb. I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that this was helpful in learning about it. If you have decided to play it from here, it's actually a fun time. I think it's one of the more fun builds for sure, especially for a Barbarian. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace, YouTube.